I'm a machine. Me, and can anybody question who I am here? If I say, come on, get it done.
Alright everyone, welcome back. So Misfits Boxing and DAZN are running a, they're running another boxing event. Pretty much for those that don't know, Misfits is like a boxing organization run by KSI, and that they're running, like, I think their 9th or 10th, I don't know what number it is, don't quote me on it, I don't know what number event it is. But for this next boxing event, right, and I just want you to keep in mind, like my sort of opinions on YouTube boxing. I haven't really been hyped for YouTube boxing since the whole KSI Logan Paul thing. Like, ever since that happened and, you know, it was all done and over, I just kind of didn't really care about it anymore. You know, like KSI fought Luis Pineda or whatever, and then he was fighting Dylan Dennis, and that never happened. Like, it's just kind of been all over the place. I didn't really care. Jake Paul's been fighting people that I don't really care about, and you know, it's never really been interesting to me up until this event, because this event I'm honestly actually kind of hyped for. Like, I will be tuning in and listening to it and seeing the results, and you know, like I'll be seeing what happens. Now for this fight, there's a main event which is pretty much KSI versus Tommy Fury, which I don't really care about. I don't care about Tommy Fury. I don't really care about KSI that much as either. But this second undercard, which is pretty much Logan Paul versus Dylan Dennis, I am extremely excited about. I made a video about 12 hours ago explaining how like Logan Paul's been getting flamed on Twitter by Dylan Dennis. Dylan Dennis has been just like running his mouth, saying the most wild shit. He's been posting pictures of Logan Paul's fiance with a bunch of different dudes. It's been pretty crazy. And Dylan Dennis has actually been hyping up this fight pretty well because, well, I mean, I'm now kind of hyped for the fight. I want to see what happens. I want to see if Dylan Dennis can back up all that talk on Twitter and whether he can beat Logan Paul, or if Logan Paul is just gonna destroy Dylan Dennis for saying all this sort of stuff. I personally think Logan Paul's gonna win, but I mean, you never know, right? Like, an upset could happen. Dylan Dennis could win, and that would be awful for Logan. I feel like if Logan doesn't win this fight against Dylan Dennis, who, by the way, I don't really like either. If you guys have seen my previous video, you know I don't really like Dylan Dennis either, but I will probably be rooting for Dylan Dennis over Logan Paul because I just don't really like Logan at all. He's a scammer, and you know, he doesn't really deserve to win. Dylan Dennis, on the other hand, I mean, he's also kind of a scammer, so he can't really chat, but also bro, his Twitter page is gold. You have to have seen my video that I made 12 hours ago to understand. But pretty much like I said, Dylan has been running his mouth on Twitter. Like, he's been making tweet after tweet after tweet, posting pictures of Logan Paul's recent fiance over Twitter, talking about how she's been with every guy on the planet and just posting pictures as proof. It's been pretty crazy. And now, before we get into like the actual press conference and what happened in there, I just want to go over this video that Logan Paul did in an interview, and just, bro, it is absolutely ridiculous. Pretty much since Dylan Dennis has been chatting crap about like Logan and his fiance over Twitter, Logan has actually never responded to it. He never responded to all the pictures posted about him, all the pictures posted about his fiance Nina. He didn't respond to any of it because he probably didn't want to bring any more attention to it. But he was asked about it in an interview, and this was his response. And bro, just have a look at this.
If Dylan thinks a single photo he's posted has rattled me at all, he's a dumbass. I've been through the fucking social ringer. I've seen it all. I've heard all the insults. I know exactly who I am. I know exactly who my wonderful, beautiful fiance is. I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life. Some moron troll posting some bullshit on Twitter will never faze me ever. Yeah, Dylan lies about everything. He photoshops it. He's fake. He's fake all around. Fake fighter, fake images, fake tweets, fake cease and desist, fake confirmation 8-round fights. He's a fucking liar.
Yeah, okay, Logan. I'm sure this guy does not care at all. Yeah, I'm 100% sure that Logan Paul, he's been through so much on the internet, right? He doesn't care about some stupid pictures. You can just tell by going over that video again and just looking at Logan Paul's eyes. He's so deeply butthurt about those Dylan Dennis jokes and the fact that he hasn't responded to him because he's a little bitch. It's so funny watching this, bro, because you can just tell Logan cares. Like, of course he cares, bro. If I was boxing someone and my recent fiance had pictures plastered all over Twitter of her with like 50 different dudes every single hour, I would be pissed about it as well. I wouldn't just sit there being like, oh, you know, I've dealt with this all my life. I don't really care. Logan, you clearly do care, bro. It's okay. We understand. Now, going to this press conference, which happened about 12 hours ago, I think it's very interesting to like sort of just see what happened. So in this clip here, we've got Logan Paul and Dylan Dennis arguing, and I mean, this clip kind of speaks for itself.
You don't gotta take that shit out on me because my brother hooked up with your ex.
At least I got rid of this slut. You're marrying one.
Dylan. You ain't ever been with any girl as beautiful as my girl.
Yeah, okay.
My lovely
Every single
fiance,
guy in
my
New York is
sweetheart,
beautiful,
who I love
baby,
so
relax.
much. My superstar, whose apartment costs more than your entire net worth.
Leonardo DiCaprio paid for
Fucking
it.
broke
What are you
ass
talking about?
bitch.
Bro, there is no way. There is absolutely no way I'd take that if I was Logan. It was so funny because this whole press conference, right? KSI and Logan Paul were sitting there acting like they're the big guys and they own everything. But to be honest with you, Logan in this press conference got completely destroyed by Dylan Dennis. There is not a single point that Logan made where everyone's like, oh yeah, that's a sick burn. But every time Logan would say something, Dylan would just back it up. Logan would say something like, oh yeah, you know, my brother kissed your ex. Well, it's like, okay, you're marrying someone who's been with the entire world's population. Like, that's crazy. And there's another clip here. I'll play this now.
Where's Coach McGregor, and why won't he take my bet?
He'll be here and he'll smack
Why
the shit out
won't
of both
he take
of you.
my $1 million bet?
Why won't you pay back to people from Crypto Zoo?
I'm working on it, Dylan. You scared?
I mean, bro, I know this isn't really relevant to the fight, but I am so glad that Dylan Dennis brought up the Crypto Zoo thing to Logan, and we actually have seen, like, we're finally now, this is the first time Logan has somewhat responded to the Crypto Zoo situation since it first happened and since it all, like, blew over, apparently. Dylan Dennis just said, what happened to the Crypto Zoo victims? Oh, yeah, we're working on it. Bullshit, you're working on it, Logan. We all know that's a lie, bro. We all know that's a complete lie, and I'll show a tweet here by a fellow commentator, Diesel Patches, which I think is very interesting, and you know, it kind of just shows how bad Logan is. Dude needs to stop lying. No, you are not refunding everyone. You said you would, you didn't. These people put money into your scheme and trusted you, and you sucked it all up and abandoned the failure. You have no respect for your audience. They are real people whom a lot have put their life savings on the line for your little crypto scam. If you just view them as numbers which you can just scam for your own benefit, then you shouldn't be in influencer status. Dylan was right, yet you keep taunting them with fake lies like jingling over keys over babies' heads, that you're gonna return them the money, and then ignore them when at the very least they want to know when. Just refund them, it's not that hard. It won't make a dent in your money, especially considering all you'd be refunding is the money you got from them. And that's a very interesting point. Like, at this point, like with Logan Paul, I just don't understand what the point of not refunding them is. Like this guy has literally been saying for months that he's gonna refund them. And then at the Dylan Dennis press conference, he's like, oh yeah, I'm working on it. Mate, like, I know I said this before, but that is complete bullshit. You're not working on it. This has been an issue for months, and you've completely ignored everyone. CoffeeZilla made a video saying he literally tried to message you and ask, like, what's going on? Are you gonna refund them? And you just didn't respond. You left it on red. You're not working on shit, Logan. That is complete bullshit. Again, I know that's got nothing to do with with the press conference really, or the fight, but like, I'm so glad that Dylan brought it up because, bro, this guy has been avoiding it for months and he's not doing anything about it. The fact that people still support this guy when he's blatantly lying to people to get the media off his back, and he's not doing anything about it, and he never will until unless he's legally forced to. He's not going to do anything about it. But anyway, that's kind of a side tangent, but like, it is what it is. Now, another interesting point about this whole like mess and like this whole press conference thing is that Logan Paul apparently hates Gideon now, which is very interesting to me. For those that don't know the backstory between these two, Gideon was, I don't know if he still is, a Prime ambassador, pretty much meaning he's like one of the people promoting it and he's getting paid by Prime. But I don't really think that that's the case anymore because Prime literally unfollowed Gideon on Twitter. If you go to Drink Prime Hydration, like their Twitter account, that they're not following Gideon. If you go to the Prime Hydration Instagram page, they're not following Gideon anymore, which is interesting because like 6 months ago they were following him. So I don't know if there was a fallout between. I mean, clearly there's a fallout between Logan and Gideon, but I don't really know if that is the direct cause of Prime dropping Gideon or whether Gideon left Prime. I don't really know what the situation is between that. You guys can research that yourself if you want to. But pretty much after this press conference, apparently Logan and Gideon had an encounter. So there'll be a video playing now, and I've seen this myself, and it's just odd to me.
How am I two-faced? How am I two-faced, Logan? I wasn't the one laughing when Jake was making fun of me. I wasn't the one laughing when Jake was making fun of me.
I make one comment to ask your corny ass to switch seats so I can enjoy my day.
That has nothing to do with it. It's what you did with Jake. That's all it has to do. It's what you did with Jake.
My brother. I defended my brother.
But why won't you defend him with KSI?
Bro, he's my business partner.
Okay, obviously, okay. Hey, I see where your loyalty lies.
You mad two-faced.
No, I'm not two-faced. I'm real when it needs to be real, and you don't deserve to be real too.
Yeah, right, bro. You
don't deserve to be real too.
Person ever, bro.
Hey, you got another fight. You got a whole nother fight to worry about.
Yeah, you want.
I was keeping the jokes. Please leave. You're the one that called me.
Yo, please leave.
Hey.
You're
Please.
a corny live streamer,
Please.
bro.
Say less. Please.
Corny as fuck. Get
Please.
the fuck out of here.
Hey, say less, Logan. Hey, good luck with your fight, Logan.
Yeah, so really, Logan is just taking L's all around today. Like, honestly, I feel like Logan has gone away from this thinking, yeah, I destroyed Dylan Dennis, I destroyed Gideon. Gideon's been, you know, he's two-faced, which I don't really think he's two-faced, but, you know, that's a different story. He's probably going away from this thinking, yeah, I've just destroyed these guys, when realistically, Logan, you look like the biggest clown on the planet. You haven't refunded the Crypto Zoo victims. Like, Dylan Dennis literally called you out on it, and your response is, I'm working on it. That is the biggest cop-out I've ever heard. That's the biggest avoidance of the question I've ever heard. You're not working on shit, Logan. You said you were working on it 6 months ago. It doesn't take 6 months to refund victims for your own scam that you can very easily tell who lost money, why they lost money, all that sort of stuff. This isn't something where you're like, oh, you gotta work out how much people have made and how much people have lost. It's right there in front of you. All you have to do is pay it, but you know, oh, that's too much for Logan. Now, this isn't where this whole Logan Dylan Dennis things ends with this podcast, or with this press conference, I should say, because they had a face-to-face, and this video that I'm about to show now kind of just shows how immature Logan is, to be honest with you.
Yeah, go and try. Yeah, try. See what happens. We'll talk about on the second, bro.
Liquid gold.
Yeah, liquid gold.
Here's the difference, bro. I learned from my mistakes.
Super?
You're a 30-year-old.
I mean, yeah, like, Logan, you can sit there and act like, oh, Dylan Dennis is flinching, but at the end of the day, right, Dylan Dennis is so far in this guy's head, it's unbelievable. And you might think I'm biased because I've been so, like, bad on Logan for this whole entire video, but, like, well, you guys gotta keep in mind, I don't like Dylan Dennis either. I don't like any of these guys. I don't really like KSI that much anymore. I used to be a pretty big fan of him, but, like, ever since this whole Logan thing, you know, he's been too business-minded, he's been too corporate-minded, he's been swallowed up by Prime, and, you know, he really doesn't have any morals to stand on anymore. And I mean, Logan Paul, it's kind of obvious why I don't like Logan. And I mean, Dylan Dennis, he backed out of the KSI fight and he's been scamming people on Twitter. CoffeeZilla exposed that as well. So when it comes to these three, I don't really like any of them. But honestly, if I have to choose a winner throughout the mind games of this fight, Dylan Dennis has got Logan covered every single day of the week. Logan is absolutely distraught by this, and you can kind of tell. Now, obviously, this whole video I've been talking about the Logan Paul Dylan Dennis press conference, right? But I think something else should be pointed out, and that is the KSI versus Tommy Fury press conference. Because, bro, I don't know much about Tommy Fury. I don't really know the family. I know that like his brother is a world champion or something like that. But Tommy Fury's dad, bro, has to be checked out. Because this clip that I showed at the start of the video, and I'll show again, is just unbelievable. Well, watch this.
I'm a machine. Me, and can anybody question who I am here? If I say, come on, get it done.
Like, okay, I get it that it might have been a publicity stunt, and I mean, this is going viral on Twitter, like this whole clip of John Fury just destroying the set. But I feel like there should be something said about this guy, because, like, bro, like, what is that? Like, at this point, YouTuber boxing, I mean, we already knew this back from 2018 when Logan Paul and KSI were just acting like complete immature children. But I think now the Fury family are also playing into that, because, bro, like, how old is John Fury? Like, 50, and he's acting like a baby? Like, bro, control your anger. Like, you don't need to flip the whole set. Like, I don't understand. But anyway, that's pretty much the whole press conference. There isn't really too much else that was noteworthy for a video to go into it. But yeah, click the video on screen right now if YouTube thinks you'll enjoy it. And yeah, W Dylan Dennis, I hope you win. I hope you beat Logan Paul.